Hi, I'm Tony, and I'll be introducing Agentloop, which is a sample flow using AI coding agents on real code in parallel with Runloop devboxes. I'm going to go over 3 topics. Number 1, why sandboxing is important for AI agents, and why Runloop is well suited as a cloud sandbox provider. Number 2, I'm going to show the demo repo, which is the wrapper around some Runloop API calls to make some of these agentic coding tasks easier to visualize and start. And number 3, I'm going to show you Claude Code in action using an example issue from Databricks' VS Code extension. So why sandboxing? When you run agents locally, you're going to face a few issues. Approving tasks individually and edits individually takes mental bandwidth and slows you down. Or it becomes a security concern if you're running agents with auto-approve on local machines. Sandboxing solves this by providing clear boundaries of execution and allowing auto-approve. But if you're running too many sandboxes locally, there's a limit to the computing power you actually have on your machine, and running long-running tasks asynchronously means keeping your computer plugged in. Here's where Runloop comes in. You can start thousands of devboxes in parallel with one agent or multiple agents per task with dedicated compute and network controls. And as we're going to show in the demo, you're able to run multiple versions of Claude Code working on the same task, which is a very powerful, high-throughput development paradigm. On the right, I have RLI, which is our terminal UI, which shows all of our devboxes and other Runloop objects. We're going to monitor this on the right as we continue the demo. After setting up my repository, I can click to the task list, and I can make a new task. Here, I have the option to pull from a parent issue from the original repository, and I'm going to choose this issue. After clicking on it, I can see that the full content of the issue has been populated into the description, and we thank this person for writing a full description. I'm going to click Create a PR after development, and I'm going to expect 2 sandboxes to be created with Claude on them running on the task. When I click Create, I'm going to tab over to my devboxes in the RLI, and I can see I've got 2 tasks being provisioned and now running. I'm able to look at the logs of the devbox on the right, while also watching the execution on the left. This devbox was created from the snapshot we created previously, and we have Claude working on the actual issue now. With Runloop's asynchronous devboxes, each devbox does run in parallel, and these agents are working on the same task in parallel. As the agents are working, I want to cover some other features that make the development experience pretty delightful. You can interact with Claude directly inside the terminal view and pass it different commands to interrupt execution or edit your prompt. We have a button that lets you open your code in VS Code, which lets you act as a human in the loop if you see anything going wrong. We have a button that allows us to preview. So this allows us to open a tunnel to the devbox and show the actual code that might be running on a port, perhaps. This doesn't work for the VS Code extension, but you can imagine for any kind of web project, this would be suitable for that task. We also have another feature that allows us to fork and imagine. This fork and imagine is really powerful because this is a feature that it's only enabled by having environments running in the cloud. For example, here we're able to add a different branch from the actual prompt itself. Maybe instead of fixing the clear, we can also add another option to reset. And this would take a disk snapshot of the devbox as it currently exists, and then create another task for us with Claude running on it as well. Because Runloop allows us to run devboxes asynchronously, I'm going to let these tasks run in parallel, and I'll show you what Claude ends up doing for us. Clicking on the PR itself, we can see that the PR is filled with the implementation details by Claude Code, and the original issue is referenced with myself as a co-author. This workflow is really a demonstration of the agent experience enabled by Runloop's devboxes, where we went from issue to PR in a few clicks. Devboxes allow users to kick off many agents per issue on demand, and we can really give maintainers and developers a first pass attempt on solving reported issues. Thanks for watching.